What up, guys? Get the market is insane, guys. Literally 1,000 point move up here, dude. I mean, come on. What is this all about? Still, we should be good to go. I mean, like I said, I'm still going to be approaching with everything with cautious today. I mean, it's just the fact that it's FOMC tomorrow. It's still rollover week. I think most of the volume is on September contracts, but I'm pretty sure we still got a lot of people trading June contracts. Had a really good Asia session last night for anybody that was in the Asia market with us. So we were pretty much just scalping all night long. So may only have that one move this morning. Don't really want to mess up my Lucif accounts because, you know, we're only like 250 away from like another payout with a couple $100 wins. So we're going to try to hold on to that. And I don't really want to mess it up during this week because, like I said yesterday, the last crappy week of trading I have was during this week back in March. This is why I kind of repeat that, because I don't want you guys to mess up your accounts because of all the stuff going on this week. So just trying to encourage everybody to keep their stuff safe. So dun dun dun. All right. All right, we will give news a check, but I'm pretty sure there is no news today. So it's just, I'm feeling it's gonna be just straight chop today. I haven't even really looked to see which way I think we're gonna go this morning, but we may get like some kind of big entracement, kind of like the overnight session, since we had so many points. Even if we just get a few hundred points down, the shorts are always a little bit harder to catch than the longs, because a lot of times these shorts are super volatile, super fast. So if we're looking at investing.com, there's really not anything to really look at here. It's just uh I use investing.com for news related stuff. There's several others you can use, but investing.com is kind of, I don't know. I guess that's about the only thing I've used forever, so it's pretty easy to use. I wonder, because of CPI for UK tomorrow is what's driving the market from overnight. Tomorrow you're going to have quite a bit of 3-star news with core retail sales and core retail sales. Apparently US President Trump speaks also tomorrow at 8:30. I guess I wasn't aware of that. And later that day you have the Fed interest rate decisions, which I don't think there's going to be any movement with the interest rate decision. Then you get FOMC statement, then the economics projection. So then press conference. So tomorrow is filled up with a lot of news. This is why today I'm not really sure what to expect. I'm just going to, it may just be an eval day today, guys. Like I said, if you can, just do what you can. Protect your funded accounts this week. we get through the next few days, hopefully price action will go back to normal kind of next week. Last week was super volatile. Um, let's look at the VIX real quick. What is the VIX sitting at? So VIX is down to 16. So that's why I'm thinking volatile won't be too crazy today. Usually anything over like 17 to 20 is when you're getting super volatile price action. So the 16, I think we'll just have normal type of movement today. I just don't know if it's going to be straight chop. See what else. I didn't open my whatchamacallit charts real quick. We can kind of look at those. Right now, if we're looking at price action, I will definitely probably be straight short bias back below 788 this morning. We got pivots all the way down at 3060. What's up, man? No, I don't really do any like persuade like the 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 only thing I maybe use from that is like maybe some failed inversion gaps or order blocks, and I've used those type of things on the 5 minutes, but not like complete ICT trading concepts. You know, I'm not sitting here looking for like the buy side, sell side sweeps and stuff like that. I know there's multiple different strategies with the ICT stuff. I think you just, to me, I think when you do that, you almost have to just kind of pick one that works well for you. The only one that I've ever traded consistency with that one is probably, like I said, the inversion gap trades that I used to take. And I haven't really taken those two consistency lately, but we look for them. The only thing that I like to look for as fair value gaps go is whenever we leave a fair value gap and with a order block. That there is kind of one of my favorite setups on the 5 minutes. I mean, I don't know if it's like a certain name for it, but it is one of my favorite setups on the 5 minutes. And let's see if we can find one here. Let's see. I don't know if we had one yesterday. We had just straight chop yesterday. So, see, I probably would have taken that short there too, but we didn't leave the gap though. Oh, sorry. So this would have been one here too. This is something that I look for on the 5 minute a lot. Like basically where you get like a big bullish or bearish. Here's one right here too. Even though the gap wasn't very big. So I'll look for this on the 5 minutes. This one is not as clean as some of the others. You don't get it every day, but this is something I'll look for where you get the big bullish or bearish, where you let the gap, then you get this smaller candle where it kind of leaves like a little inside bar. I'll usually take these like type of shorts and longs during the daytime, but a lot of times we don't get those every day. Look at this crazy boner candle right there, man. Holy goodness. We pretty much pulled back into all this consolidation. This is where we were trading at last night. Did we already push that down? Oh shoot, I thought we moved up 1,000 points overnight. So that was actually 1,000 points from yesterday that we moved up. I'm sorry. We only actually moved up about 200 points last night. So I looked at that wrong. I just realized that. Sorry about that in my video there. What do we got? Let's see. 83, 90. What is that? About 50 points? What's up, man? How are you doing today? Do we? We'll debate if we're going to take the opening trade this morning. We'll see how that works on that 15-minute opening trade where we're looking for 10 points. Let's see. I'm trying to see what our stop loss would have to be. 35 down to, what, 310. So you're looking at about a 20-point stop loss. Maybe, what's that? Yeah. 28 points, it looks like. We'll see what happens the closer we get to the opening, if we'll try it or not. We didn't take this yesterday. We didn't take the 15-minute pop yesterday. And this is just a straight mechanical type trade. I don't know how much of a big of a fan I am of the move to the upside, or maybe we'll just get like the 50% pullback, maybe to what, 885 or so, that kind of midpoint. Maybe what, around the 900 up to all this like little consolidation area up here. We'll just have to wait and see, my guys. Wait and see. You thinking we going up? I don't care which way we go. I'm debating. I don't know if we'll be doing what we'll be doing on our elusive fundeds today, guys. I just know I don't want to mess up my week because of FOMC tomorrow. I mean, so much news is happening tomorrow, and I just don't know. A lot of times during our New York session, man, it sucks leading up to like FOMC rollover. There's a holiday this Friday. It's supposed to be OPEC Friday with all the options coming to an end, but I don't know how that's going to work with Juneteenth. So, and that's, you know, being a federal holiday. So it's only a half a day market for Friday. Oh. then we'll just be looking for 10 points, even if it does pop up here. So this will be a straight mechanical trade. All right, guys, we got 5 more minutes before the market opens. So, you know, if you're trading today, good luck today. How's your day going today, Tap? Let's see if we move to the downside. Man, the shorts, I'm just not, man. Yeah, we're just going to be super cautious just because tomorrow's FOMC. So we're going to be very cautious about taking our funded trades today. I may take this mechanical open here. And this is just a straight mechanical that I do on my Bulanox fundeds. I don't recommend nobody taking this unless you're willing to, you know, risk that. That is totally up to you. We're only looking for like 10 points. So but as far as my elusive trade goes, I'm not really sure. We're just going to have to wait and just see what price action gives us this morning. I don't know how clean it's going to be. Like yesterday, we had like the one good move, but the rest of the day was just straight garbage, man. Just straight chop. And so, and I am really not in the mood to mess up my funded accounts on this week. So tomorrow you got Trump speaking in the morning. You got FOMC tomorrow evening. You got multiple 3-star news tomorrow morning. So much is happening tomorrow. And so I don't know if a lot of people are going to be just sitting on their hands and it's just going to turn into a chop fest today. So I don't know. It'd be nice if we get some nice big clean movement today. VIX is not too high, so hopefully it won't be too insane today where you're getting huge whips. Boom, boom, boom. Like I said, I will do the mechanical part of this. And this, like I said, just straight mechanical trade. You just set your order down and you risk 200 bucks. Let me make sure I'm on the right account. Yep. The only thing I hate about the longs here is the freaking pivots not pivot, but the VWAP for anybody that follows the VWAP. And it seems like we always get a little reaction there at the WAP there. Like I said, just straight mechanical. Woo. Nice. All right, in and out real quick. Quick 80 bucks. Unfortunately, we didn't get nothing on the runner. I put that runner in there just in case we get like that big 100-point move. So that was just like a quick 10 points, like almost what, 80 bucks to 100 bucks on your funded. That's basically all that mechanical trade is. You're just looking for the blast out of the 9 o'clock 15-minute candle from 9 o'clock to 9:15. It's pretty much a no thinking trade. You just place your order down and what happens, what happens. Just because there's so much volatility when you first open. All right, now we'll just kind of chill, sit here and wait and see what happens. Changed my... This is Ninja Trader. 44. Excuse me. Basically this purple box here, it's just a 15-minute candle from 9 o'clock to 9:15. It has a fairly high win percentage, but it can't be too large. So the size of that opening 15-minute candle, you really don't want it no bigger than like 50 points. So 50 points is about max. And you want to use about 50% of the candle as your stop loss. So I use anywhere between a 15. It is a little negative RR trade. But if you watch Methodical Man, it has a pretty good run. Like, I think the last time he kept up with it, I think it was like 18 for 20. Like, it's insane how much it wins. As long as you stay within that 20 to 30 point stop loss range. So if you get on here and that candle is 100 points, you don't touch it. Most of the time, if that thing's that large, it's best not to touch it. So just walk away. Look at this. Already starting off choppy, guys. So so like I said, guys, we're going to be sitting on our hands probably for the next 5 to 10 minutes. We just kind of have to just wait and see what happens. Most of the time, if your 15-minute candle opens, the 15-minute from 8 to or 9:30 to 9:45 opens up red, most of the time that's kind of like the fake out to the downside for us to move back higher. A lot of just what's funny is we just swept those equal lows down there. So we had equal lows sitting at 755 from last night. I don't know if you guys were trading with us last night during the Asia market. We were actually looking for that to get swept last night and it never happened. So we're just now sweeping those overnight Asia lows. Nice little flag breakout here. I wanted to take a long there, but I just did not want to take it into that VWAP at 832. And the previous day close and open sitting there at 31. So maybe if we get some kind of little pullback here and bounce, then pop through that levels. This is where you kind of want to see it pop right here. Need to. Like I said, we were not going to take that long into the previous day close. Got to break it through here. We're at that freaking area. I was trying to get it in 10 points before that. You got the VWAP there. There's a lot going on right there. Still getting stuck at the previous day closing VWAP. This is my runner here. Runner may get stopped out. Just could not get through the VWAP in the previous day close. All right, so we'll just have to wait for us to get through that previous day close and VWAP there. Maybe we can jump back in. It gave us about 20 points before it pulled back, and I was looking for 30. It pushed up to 41. Nasty rejection off that VWAP, man. Holy goodness. This is nasty, nasty price action. we're on the 5-minute time frame. I'm sorry if I missed your message there. It's probably safer to wait for us to get above that previous day close. Watch this thing blast the previous day close here. Mm-mm. Look at her go. Come on. We hit that previous day close open again. There's always a lot of resistance at that level. So be careful taking trades into those levels. We hit it about 10 points before we hit those levels a lot of times. So if we're going to trade into a level, we need at least 10 to 15 points. Oh yeah, Wes, it's going to be super probably tough to trade this today. Come back to stop my runner out, only to probably just blast off here. $85 or $77, $78 would be your next target before we get some kind of resistance here. Son of a bee, man. I want to see the VWAP, the 31 and all that hold here. Do most people carry their stop loss up? I guess it really depends on what kind of drawdown they have. See, that's why I try not to take trades inside of whenever the 5-minute candle is not printed. So look at this big old wick. I was hoping for a cleaner close above the 30s up here. Man, you're learning on paper trading. I forgot to move my whatchamacallit. We're already on the runner. I forgot to update my one thing. There's the 10 points. I could have got my 10 points. The runner still may get stopped out here, guys. It's very whippy. Oh, don't one tick me. Get on up there. No. Damn you. It's 75, dude. Did we miss it by a point? Fuck. Come on. I got greedy on the effing runner. Today is not a day to be greedy, guys. It's almost like I got to take my profit when I'm up 20 points because the wicks are just been insane. All right, one more push. Come on, get on up there. All right. Where I had that blue line, I was anticipating. I wasn't sure if we'd get through there, so that's why we have that line there. Okay. 2 funded trades, both $100 on them. So I think that was going to be it for my funded trades today. I mean, I feel like we're lucky to be green on the fundeds. I call it good on the fundeds and just switch over to evals. That may be our only good candle all day, like yesterday. So like I said, I was anticipating a pullback there at 78. You cannot chase these 5-minute candles, guys. That will destroy your account faster than anything. Oh, goodness. So we're going to stay away from this market between the 80 and that 19 because that's your previous day high. And usually around that previous day high, it can get very iffy with the price action. So I wouldn't even going to attempt to try to carry a trade up there. So we were just happy to get what profit we did and we're good. Let's see. All right, we're going to look up for eval trade. All right, guys, so I don't recommend ever following eval trades. I've been debating it even to continue even trading my eval trades online just because I take a lot more losses on evals. That's the only reason why I don't ever recommend following eval trades. The funded trades, I'm okay with anybody following funded trades just because I'm always looking for the very best opportunity to get my 10 points and runners with the funded trades. But with evals, it's not always like that. And I'll sit there and hold eval trades even if I get stopped out a lot of times. Like there's been plenty of times where I've been up 50, 60 points on evals and basically come back and get stopped out for break even. So we got another pivot up there at 946. I wouldn't mind if we can kind of print above that previous day high, kind of wick back into it, and then pop above, shoot for the 31,000s. That 78 was my line in the sand for the longs and shorts. So that's what that blue line was there from. So I get that level from basically off of a super trend level off of TradingView. So that's the current trend, I think based off the hourly charts, if I'm not mistaken. And on the long, we were basically playing off that previous current day close and open there and the VWAP. So once we popped that previous day close and open, we were kind of using that as our kind of like stop loss. As like, you know, if it lost the previous open close at that 31s, we weren't going to hold it past there. Pump it. Yeah, this right here will just ruin your account, guys. If you're over leveraged. So the only good thing about my trades is I'm usually not over leveraged. Most of our trades are just a few micros on 25K accounts. I wonder if this next candle is going to be the breakout candle. You know, like a lot of times you get that big, like a bullish candle. The next candle is like a small, wicky kind of candle, like your consolidation candle. And the next candle just breaks. We'll see what happens here. You got highs at 918. If we can break that, you should get a push up to the 50s up there. 950s. I would prefer that candle to have been red. Yeah, I'll have to do it in a minute. We're going to see if we can find another entry here above this wick. Looking for possible... Oh, shoot. Up, down. Today is not a good day for if you're new to trading, not to trade, guys. This week right here is notorious for a very hard week for new traders. First of all, this is rollover week. So your community is divided between June and September contracts. It is FOMC, interest rate decisions. FOMC statement comes out tomorrow. And then Friday is a holiday slash OPEC Friday where options expire. So right here, we're just kind of looking for support and resistant breakout trades. So basically, I use support and resistance as where I kind of want to have my stop loss. So that's going to be my stop loss. And then I just look for a target on these early morning breakouts. It's just more or less just like, you know, just for me, I've had so many hours just staring at the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq is the only thing I trade. So you just get comfortable just trading this stuff over and over. You know, just kind of get used and recognize of seeing the same price action over and over. I don't want to say it's technically like a strategy I use. I just use a combination of things like support and resistance, bull flag breakouts, fair value gaps, order blocks, whatever I can use to find some kind of support and resistance to where I can figure out where I need to put my stop loss. Then after that, I'm usually always looking for a target. So a while ago, my entry above the 31 was my long bias. That's where I wanted to have my stop loss. I knew we were going to have resistance at 78. So I chose 75 as my target. So that's why we didn't target any higher than 78. And as you can see, we got stopped at what, 80? We never did get back, at least not yet. We may eventually get up there. But I also don't like to battle the previous day high either. And that's only about 38 points off. So I try to stay away from that. Now, I will do this on evals. This is just stuff that I follow whenever I'm trading fundeds. Eval trades, we will be a little bit more aggressive. This is why I don't ever recommend anybody following my eval trades. Got a really big bounce off of that previous day close, guys. Look at that previous day close. Whenever you see the previous day close and open stacked on top of each other like that, you can almost get you a 10-point trade off of that. I used to actually take that, and the win percentage was insane. Like, it hardly ever lost. Like, if you did it, especially after the 10 o'clock, usually you don't want to do it in the first 30 minutes, but after 10 o'clock, if it hasn't hit, it usually offers a pretty good, nice 10-point pop if you like to do scalping like that. Here, I'm kind of anticipating maybe a 50% pullback of this original 15-minute candle here. I wonder. A lot of times we'll get that. What is the first 15-minute candle? Is it green? So maybe. I don't know. The 15-minute candle is just straight butt, guys. Look at the 15-minute candle over here. This thing's just one big old stick. What's up, iTrades? Look at this big old ugly 15-minute candle here. All stick. The FOMC is just not letting us down, is it? Hey, there's the 50%. Look, we're to the blue line. Let's see if this holds. You really want to see it put a wick on this thing? Let's see if we pop here. The only thing I don't like about it is like there's no wick there. There's your wick. Oh, man. Your charts are one candle late from Bitcoin. Rip it. Come on. We're using a MNQ mask, cargo mask. Basically the Nasdaq. Very indecisive right now, guys. Very indecisive. I would prefer to see the move back up if I had to pick, but who knows at this point. We got a minute left on this 5-minute candle. Like I said, stay away from these fake breakout 5-minute candles. Might have a new 5-minute candle here. Eval only, guys. Remember that. Please do not take these on funded accounts. I don't recommend following eval trades. Like, just so you're aware. I got in this a little early. 31 will be my line in the sand. I hate when it misses my damn target like that. Mm. Oh yeah, very untradeable. I wouldn't recommend following this with funded accounts, guys. Please do not trade this with your funded accounts. Don't even follow my eval trades. Stay away from the eval trades because, like I said, we take a little bit more risk on the eval trades. 31 is my line in the sand. If we come back up there and lose 31, I will close this trade. So we're about to lose our area, so I have to close that. What's crazy, anytime I get like within, what do you want to call it? Mm. I've been debating even if I want to continue trading evals online. I mean, on my stream, just because I know those are the accounts I usually take my losses on. Yeah, just because those are the ones that I usually take losses on. And just do fundeds because fundeds I'm always looking for the very best possible trade I can find. Still ugly 5 minute candle. Don't trade evals on the stream. Yeah, I've been considering that lately. Dude, check out. Yeah, that's why I constantly repeat that with the evals. Chop it, chopping, guys. Chopping. I'm so glad we're done with the funded trades. The funded trades worked out nicely this morning, but evals have not been working out lately. That's kind of what we were talking about a while ago when we got the one big boner candle. The rest of the day's going to probably be straight but. If you're new to trading, I recommend not trading this week. Yeah, we're on the 5-minute charts. Very, very choppy, guys. What is the 15-minute candle? The 15-minute candle is still have not got out of sight of that original 15-minute candle that we were in earlier. It could just be one of these mornings we stay inside the 15 minutes. Yeah, I'll usually let people know what I'm trading between fundeds and evals. So evals are the ones I always say don't follow eval trades, because I usually will take more aggressive trades because I'm just trying to pass them. You know, I'm not trying to spend weeks and weeks on my evals. But with my fundeds, I'm usually a lot more careful with my fundeds. I'm always just looking for the very best possible setups with a very strict stop loss and a pretty much a consistent like 25 to 30 point take profit. Even if it goes up 100 points, we're just looking for that quick 25, 30 point take profit and be done for the day. So we've had 2 funded account trades this morning. One on the Bulanox. We did not take the elusive trades today, so I didn't think I was going to take elusive today. We're only like 2 $100 trades away from a payout on elusive, so I don't really want to mess my accounts up on a choppy price action day. So today we decided just to trade Bulanox fundeds and not the elusive fundeds. We're not trading like a cash account or anything. So the funded accounts that I trade, they're with Bulanox, my funded futures, and elusive. And those are also who all my valuations are with too. Hmm. Uh, Sell it. These 15-minute candles look ugly today, guys. What's up, Crash? How are you doing today? trying to get my little red account on my eval back to green here. So we got a little bit of red on the eval, but we're green on the fundeds. That's all that matters. Green on the fundeds. Hmm. Sorry. Nice. Ooh. Fix it? What's that? All right. Nice. Woo. Trying to pick a direction. We're just kind of using Rico candles. Like I said, I'm just trading evals, guys. Nice. Yeah, I'm up 181 at the moment on my short. So I had to make back that loss that we took on this account a while ago. I I gotta watch my take profit too. I don't want to. That's kind of what it looks like on normal charts. I'm looking for a possible 7 to 15 get 12 get hit here. All right, runner got stopped out. Ooh, is this going to be a straight back up? Unfortunately, we had to make up for that loss we took a while ago. But we're still at about 180 on the account that we're trading. We got to be careful what we're making. I don't want to break that consistency rule on that account like I did that last one. With evals, you kind of have to take the good with the bad, guys. That's a long ways down, that gap fill in. Whew. There's a fair value gap at 36.40. Ooh, nice call on that gap fill in there, man. I don't know if this will just be our 50 EMA pullback and we start losing the 700s here. Wait and see what happens with the 08 level first. we're still left with our runner here. Kind of where my runner is sitting is where I don't really want it back above the 806. Ah, crap. Runner may get stopped out here. Yep. Come on. Oh, no, it didn't. That thing better not go back down. That's going to suck. I don't think I'm going to jump back in on the second time or third time. Man, only by 3 points, guys. Come on. I knew I should have played off the 50 EMA. Like I said, I don't really want to jump back in for the third time. I try not to do that. If I've already taken that same trade twice, man, I try not to jump back in there for a third time. Watch this thing sit here and consolidate and just go to the basement here. New 15-minute candle too? Man, come on. It's a good looking 15-minute candle. This thing's going probably to 627 at least. Son of a bee. Let's see where that next target is down there. Dude, that thing stopped me out with 3 points. Man, I could have had a 100-point trade. Come on. Yeah, that's a good looking 15-minute candle, guys. Look how bearish this 15-minute candle looks. Be careful, there is no wick on top of that 15-minute candle, so my guess that you may get a push back up here to the 80s. You like to see some buyers here? We could get a bounce here. Though, I'm so annoyed by that. I should have just gave it a tad bit room. Could have, but I didn't. That's just part of it, guys. Part of it. That's just dirty. It did me dirty. You need to stay above 28 here. Nope. Nice. Dude, I'm so annoyed that I missed out on this whole trade down after being in it 3 times, man. Sorry about the dump. The pump's coming. it'd be okay with me. I feel like if we get back above that 28, we could have a nice push up. "20 seconds left on this 5-minute candle. "28 is kind of my line in the sand here. Waiting for that 50 hit there. You're doing 380. I'm trying to stay as close to the 28 as possible. That's my bull bear line, the 28. Free trade now. I knew that wick was right there, and I didn't really want to fight that wick. May have to go to break even here. All right, we're just going to take the profit. I'm not going to be a stickler for 3 ticks. I didn't want to fight that big down wick right there. It would have got it, but I wasn't going to sit there and fight it for a few ticks. Yep, there she comes. Didn't want to fight it. We're pushing about $300 today on this eval. Like I said, we're trading our lose of eval on these accounts, so we're up 262. Both of these are funded accounts. This is the one that we took a loss on that first trade, so we actually would be up a lot more, but I had to make up that $100 that I lost earlier on that one loss up there. We're still fighting that same area around the 70s. $28 was my level for off of the long. That's why I kept saying 28, 28. That's a Fibonacci pivot at 28. And so that's where my stop loss would have been. Heck yeah. Nice if you're still holding the long, man. Woo, look at her go. That was almost a 100-point recovery back up. This thing's like V-shaped. 2 candles. You enter long at 16? Heck yeah, man. Nice entry level. Did you go long on yours too, Karma? You're targeting 760. Nice. 7060. I like that target. That's the bottom of that 1 hour candle. You might get a little resistance here at 752. I'm not sure how much, just because that's the bottom of your 4 hour candle. So just be aware of that. But I wouldn't see that why we wouldn't touch that current midday up there at 80, 83. Oh, excuse me. I'm already out of my positions. 70 was my target. I gotta be careful with my consistency rule with this elusive eval. No, I don't know. No, I was just saying look out for the bottom of the 4-hour candle there at 750. That's all I was saying. One guy's targeting, he said one of his targets is up there at 760. I'm already out of my trade. I was just looking for 20, 30 points. Today is one of these days that it's so whippy that it seems like whenever I try to hold trades on a day like today, I end up giving back a lot of profit. So it's like a while ago, it pulled back, stopped me out within what, 3 points, went 3 points past my stop loss, and literally just dumped down 100 points. So I'd almost rather just take profit and move on to the next trade. I feel like that today is that type of day. Just take my profit, move on to the next trade. Hmm. Hmm. We're back to just kind of sitting on our hands, guys. Um, I don't know if I got anything I really want to trade here. That type of price action is what's getting you guys, depending on where your stop loss. Actually, your stop loss needs to be up there. I mean, if you're taking this short, it's almost like your stop loss needs to be up there above 700. So if you're playing this as a swing and you're thinking that we're going to continue down, your stop loss would need to be at 714. Oh God, so it's so massive. I don't know if this is going to be a trap candle or what. Or do we just break this 600s here? Oh. I want to say we got to get through 27 for me. There's that pivot. To the tick, guys. Got to get through this 27 here. Woo! Got to get through them 27s. That could even be the pullback for it to go back up. So got to get through this where we got the blue line here. Still got a minute left on this 5-minute candle. You gotta be below the 27 here. 27, 28. You almost want to see a wick into it. Below it. 20 seconds left. Nasty. Oh, shit. Oh, why didn't I take it off the pivot? It's bouncing off my pivot to the freaking key there, man. Oh, come on. We're going to get through there. Is that thing going to hold up? It's got to lose that 27. Remember, eval only trades, guys. I'm not taking fundeds. $50 will be my line in the sand here. I can't let this come all the way back down. So we'll get our hand on the close button here. Yeah, we may get the drop here. If we close below 47. Damn it. It closed. Son of a bee. All right, free trade. All right, we're in it with our runner. Oh, dude, please don't consider. Oh, runner got stopped. Yeah, don't consider what I do on eval trades, guys. Like I said, I don't trade my evals. I played those completely different than I do on fundeds. Yeah, don't let that mess with you as far as what you're doing, man. This stuff is very choppy. It will just chop you up. I I will hold trades on evals. So the 27.28 is kind of like my bull bear line here. So like if we lose the 627s, I'm gonna be short bias. Because that's a pivot. Dude, dirty wicks today, guys. You want to, if you're looking for shorts, you got to get below 27. 27.28. Nasty wicks, guys. Son of a bee. Come on. These damn dirty ass wicks, man. Hold 27. Hold. God. Oh. Man, that was like almost a 30-point wick. This is what I've been talking about. Just take your profit, man. Like you're up 20 points, 30, 25 points. Just take your profit. Nah. Ah, you dirty bee. I am done. I tried the long and short off of that pivot. What's crazy is, man, is the pivot paid us 40 points. It's just, we're just not getting follow through today. This is classic day before FOMC day. This is why you cannot chase 5-minute candles. If you miss the trade, don't chase it. So if you notice, every trade I took has been around a support area that I'm looking for. So everything lately right now has been around my pivot sitting at 27.28. And you can see we're still kind of hovering around there, but we just can't get away. Man, this is like the second trade I've gotten stopped out by a few points and it ends up going back down 40 points. Oh, dirty, dirty. Damn. The 27's paying. Oh, I'm not chasing. I was already in it. It didn't want me to be in it. So it's like, nope, nope, nope. You can't have any more. So, but there's the pivot at 627 that we use. We use Fibonacci pivots to trade off of a lot of times. You can see everything's just pointing straight down. We would need to get back above the pivot and kind of get back above the 700s for longs. Ah. I'm cool where we're at. We did crack the $300. We almost had $400 if I could have got that last 30 points that we were looking for. So 319. Right now we're trying to work on our third elusive funded account. So we only got 2. We're trying to get 5 total. Hopefully that's kind of the goal because that's the most you can have. We're pretty close to taking our second payout with elusive. We still need 2 100-point moves, but I decided today not to trade elusive just because I was, just from experience, I'm just anticipating these big wicks today. So yeah, if you chase some of these 5-minute candles, man, it's so easy to get destroyed. If you're going to enter on these 5 minutes, you almost have to do it. It's about right whenever it prints. You're looking for a long 2 here, Mask? I'm going to sit on my hands. I mean, it's already 11 o'clock and we got to go to my funded futures at in 30 more minutes. Oh, man. Blast! Blast it. For anybody that's looking for the longs. We got to get back to those 30s. Oh, goodness. Blast it. Come on. Get up there. Definitely appreciate everybody kind of tuning in and watching today. Hopefully everybody had a okay trading session. was a very, I mean, even though we were getting big moves, it was definitely very tough. So here comes that line in the sand for me here at the 28s. Oh, we just popped it. Rip it if you're in longs. I don't buy on 5-minute candles that are about to print, man. You're about to have a new 5-minute candle in 20 seconds. All right, here's that new 5-minute candle. Woo! That baby trying to trap some people in there. I'm willing to give it about 10 points if we do decide. We ain't gonna give it a lot. Wait and see what happens with 43 to 50 range here. Are we not gonna get a pullback here? All right, line in the sand, like I said, eval only. Like I said, guys, be careful. So we may get a pullback here. You need to see 40s kind of hold. Ooh, is this thing gonna trap us in there? My line in the sand is where I have this blue line at, guys. Very, very wicky still. I don't know. Ugh, it's so close. Not trusting it as far as, yep. All right. Lost a little bit of our profit on that one, on the elusive. Like I said, I'm not holding it past the pivot. We're not going to get ourselves trapped in a short here if this thing decides to sell off here. Are you still holding your short, Mask? All right. Thank you guys for watching. We will be on My Funded Futures for from 11:30 to 12:30 for anybody that wants to join us. Hopefully price action will get a little bit better during the lunch hour. Now that it's stopped me out, it'll probably go to my first target. That's just the way it usually goes. But I'm not going to hold a 40, 50 point pullback on my 25K accounts. They're just too small. Remember guys, I try my best not to over leverage. So we usually only are trading just a few micros every day and you can make decent profit. We were up $300 before we took that last loss on that. So, but unfortunately we'll just end up 150, which is still fine. We're still about halfway from passing. You got to get up to 1250s on these elusive accounts. So you only got to make $1,050. So that's why we're not over leveraged on those. These were the Bulanox funded. As you can see, I got hit. What sucks, man, I was within like $500 from $1,000 payout on those accounts. Yeah, we'll be back tonight. And I got hit with one of those Trump news last Friday. And man, look at that thing bounce right off the pivots, guys. Look at that little wick into the pivot. But anyway, I took like a $350 loss because of that, because I got almost 60 point of slippage. So now I got to make another $1,000 to get $1,000 payout. Look at her go. Oh, come on. Look at the pivot pan. It bounced right off that pivot. You can see that one went right into it. That is definitely like something I like to see, but we were just one candle too early on that one. So, nice. Yeah, it's not that I didn't think it was going to go up. It's just I cannot sit through drawdown with these small accounts. I got to have that super tight stop loss because I'm trading 25Ks with $1,000 in drawdown. So I can't let my account, go $300-400 in the red and take that kind of loss. It's just not worth it to me. I'd rather just get stopped out and just try to make the money back on another trade. I mean, same thing I did this morning when we took that first loss this morning. I'd rather just take my 10-20 point stop and just find a new entry. And that way it helps me manages my risk management with these small accounts. Because you got to have such a tight stop loss when you're playing with these small accounts. So, oh, I dropped the battery. All right, thank you guys. Like I said, we're going to be on My Funded Futures from 11:30 to 12:30. You guys are more than welcome to join us. If not, we will see you tonight for the Asia market. Thank you.